So this is a different direction for me. I feel that I want to be honest with people that watch my channel, and I want to help others. I feel that that is my calling in life, and I feel that is how I can help the most people, is just by being honest and by not creating content that panders and that's not genuine and that's not me. I want the people that watch me to be able to connect with me and relate with me. And so, yeah, we are completely starting over on this channel. We are, I'm not deleting any of the old videos, but from here on out, this is going to be a completely different direction, and I'm really, really excited about it. So, hello guys, how are you? My name is Grant. I'm glad you're watching. If you're new, how are you? Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this video, and there'll be plenty more to come just like this. And I'm excited to have you. I'm excited for you to watch. And for the returning viewers, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me so far. I'm at over 300 subscribers. I'm really excited about that. In just over a week, I've hit over 300 subscribers. That means the most to me. That 300 people, I don't know 300 people, but 300 people have subscribed to me, and thank you. It means the world. Okay, so at the beginning of the video, I said that I wanted to start over, I wanted to start new, and I wanted to be able to help people. And the way that I'm going to do that is just by making content, making videos about my personal experiences, and hopes that maybe somebody else is going through this, or they know somebody that's going through this and they can help them. And I'm excited. Let's get to it. So today's video is going to be more personal. It's something that I can relate to, and it's something that I'm knowledgeable about because it's something that I have suffered with my entire life, and that is depression and bipolar disorder. So in this video, I'm just going to explain what those are, because there's big misconceptions around those two disorders, and people really don't understand what it's like to be bipolar or be depressed. And I'm also going to give a few tips on what I do to help manage my symptoms, and what I do when I'm feeling down and I'm feeling low, and just, I don't know, maybe try and help somebody. So a little background about myself and my disorders that I suffer with. About, I would say around when I was in the 4th grade, I started having issues in school. Well, this happened before 4th grade. It was just noticed in 4th grade, but I was having problems concentrating. I was having problems in school with my grades. I was withdrawn. And around this time, I mean, you have to know that I was in 4th grade in 1997, 1998. And in those times, kids were not diagnosed with depression and bipolar disorder. It was considered an adult disease. And so I was diagnosed with ADHD, Attention Deficit and Hyperactivity Disorder, and I was put on Ritalin. And so for about 2-3 years, I stayed on that medication. Nothing changed. I was still doing horrible in school. I was still withdrawn. I was still crying, and just nothing was going good. I just was doing horrible in school. And my parents, my dad actually, decided to take me off the Ritalin because it was not helping. And I stayed unmedicated and undiagnosed until I was about 21, 22 years old. And so I went through my whole my whole preteen and teenage years and early 20s not knowing what was wrong with me, not knowing the name for it. And finally, I was diagnosed with depression and bipolar disorder. Now, you know, all through high school, I was very depressed, very withdrawn. I cried a lot, and a lot of that had to do with bullying, but a lot of that was because I was not happy. I was depressed, and I really didn't have anybody to talk to about it. And like I said, it wasn't something that a lot of my family wanted to talk about. I'm pretty sure they knew what was going on, but they just didn't talk about it with me. And so, as I got older, things started to get progressively worse. My mental state started to worsen, and suicidal ideology started floating around in my head. And that was around the time I was about 21 or 22 years old. I was admitted into a 7-day treatment facility for mental health problems, and that was when I was diagnosed with depression and bipolar disorder. And that was when I was first put on medications for this disease. And for a while, I stayed on the medicine, but I expected an immediate fix, and I didn't get that immediate fix. And so I stopped taking it. And it just made things worse than what they already were. I had attempted suicide. I was starting to think suicidal. And it got to the point where I was actually starting to think about hurting other people. I was lashing out. I was withdrawn. I lost so many jobs because of this disease, because I just would lay in bed and sleep and not go into work, or I wouldn't care about my work. And it started to affect me really bad. And so that's when I started looking into actually what the disease was and different ways to manage it with and without medication. And so let me give you a little background about the two illnesses, and then I will tell you how I manage them and what I do to kind of keep myself centered and balanced and in that middle even plane of being able to function, being happy, and not letting this control my life. Okay, and so first of all, it is important to learn and to know what type of depression you have. And the most common types of depression is major depression, persistent depressive disorder, bipolar disorder, seasonal affective disorder, psychotic depression, postpartum depression, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, situational depression, and atypical depression. Now, a lot of people fall into seasonal and situational depression. And what that means is that seasonal depression usually affects people around certain times of the year when something happened, when they have lost a loved one. Usually around the holidays, people get seasonal depression. And that usually goes and that usually fades with the seasons, and people tend to get out of that pretty easy and with ease. Another one is situational depression. This happens when you lose a job, when somebody dies, when something happens and you don't know how to cope with it. You tend to get situational depression. Now, I have persistent depressive disorder, and what that is it is just a constant state of depression. It's not major depression because I can still function on most days, but it is something that I will live with for the rest of my life, and it's something that I've had since my earliest memories, since knowing what the disease actually is. And that's where a lot of people fall into, is persistent depressive disorder. And then you have people that have major depression. Major depression is where you can't function. It is where a lot of people are into the self-harm, a lot of suicidal tries. Major depressive is one of those things where you just have to absolutely manage this with medication and doctors and therapy appointments. It is something that you just can't help. You can't help depression anyway, but major depressive disorder is very, very, it's hard. And I know people that have major depressive disorder, and it's hard to function on major depressive disorder. Now, you can with help, but it's hard to function. And so if you think you have any kind of these depressions, at least go to a doctor, see about getting on some medicine or talking to somebody and doing some research about what you can do to manage this. Now, with my depression, I was put on Prozac, 80 milligrams of Prozac. Prozac is a wonder drug for this. Now, a lot of people have negative side effects with it, but for me, amazing. I have never felt better when I'm on it. It is just, it's amazing, but there are side effects to it. I'm not going to list them, I'm not going to read them, but just be sure, you talk to your doctor about getting on medicine that fits you and the needs, and make sure that it is something that will help you. Very important to talk to your doctor about that. And the second one that I want to touch on for a bit is bipolar disorder. Now, previously, bipolar disorder was known as manic depression, and it kind of aggravates me when people are like, oh, I'm bipolar. I just snap like that and just get mad and yell. Oh, I'm so bipolar. That's not really what bipolar disorder is. And according to Wikipedia, this is going to be kind of long, so bear with me. Bipolar disorder is a mental disorder that causes periods of depression and periods of abnormally elevated mood. The elevated mood is significant and is known as mania or hypomania, depending on its severity or whether symptoms of psychosis are present. During mania, an individual behaves or feels abnormally energetic, happy, or irritable. Individuals often make poorly thought out decisions with little regard to consequence. The need for sleep is usually reduced during manic phases, and during phases of depression, there may be crying, a negative outlook on life, and poor eye contact with others. The risk of suicide among these illnesses is high and greater than 6% over 20 years, with self-harm occurring 30 to 40% of the time. Other mental health issues such as anxiety disorders and substance use disorders are commonly associated with bipolar disorder. Now, with me personally, when I am in a manic phase, I clean and I spend money like it is nobody's business. I feel like I'm Kim Kardashian. Here's my black card, swipe it wherever. I will overdraft the bank account. I will not have money to eat, pay bills, and then regret it. And sometimes not even remember what I bought. I can tell you I spent $900 in one day, and I can't even tell you what I spent that $900 on. And then when I'm in my valley, when I'm in the low depressive part of bipolar disorder, I sleep and sleep and sleep, and I cry, and I just feel worthless and useless, and it's pretty bad. I really don't know how to explain it to others other than just the feeling of just being a horrible human being. Nobody loves you, nobody cares, and just truly feeling alone. And that is a very scary and hard feeling. It's something that even today I still suffer with. Even when I'm in that mellow, chill part, sometimes I still suffer from those feelings. But what I'm going to tell you now is just how I, kind of help ease the symptoms, and what I do to kind of pull myself out of the rut. Now, this doesn't happen and this doesn't work with everybody. Sometimes people have to be hospitalized, sometimes people do kill themselves, and sometimes people have to stay on medications. I'm just telling you how it works for me, and this is what I do, and maybe you can use some of this. So the first thing that I love to do, and I try to do this every day, and it doesn't matter if you sit down, lay down, do it before you sleep, or when you wake up, or when you're in the shower, but I meditate. And it doesn't have to be the stereotypical, you don't have to do that. What I do meditation-wise is I will just sit there and close my eyes and think about what I want to accomplish in life, what I want my life to be like. And I imagine of things that make me happy, and I just sit there for about 30 minutes. It does not take long. You can do it however long you want, and you can think about whatever you want to think about that puts you in a good mood. But you just sit there and you think and you relax and you just try and center yourself. putting good thoughts in and trying to push those bad thoughts out. And like I said, you can do it wherever, in the shower, laying down, sitting down. You just focus. And it's funny, I'm talking about meditation when my dog is barking, but you try to do this in a room that's quiet and calm. And let me tell you, if you can meditate 30 minutes a day, every day for a week about positive things, you will feel so much better. You will have mental clarity. You will feel better. You will have more energy, and you will just feel better about yourself as you know, you put that mental energy out to the universe, to the world, and you get it back 10 times. And it will feel so amazing once things start getting better for you. But it's all about that mental mindset. You have to think positive. It's hard to think positive when you suffer from depression and bipolar disorder, but you have to make yourself. You have to make yourself. I don't know how to stretch or how to emphasize that enough. You have to make yourself think positive. You have to put yourself in that mental state of positivity, and you have to push out all of the negative energy that you feel. Okay, and the next thing that kind of helps me is getting active. It doesn't necessarily mean going out and running a marathon, but just getting outside, sitting outside in the park, walking your pet if you have a pet. Just getting out of the room, getting out of the dark, open some windows, let some fresh air in, just kind of put yourself out there in the world, enjoy the nice breeze, go for a swim, you know, just stop laying around, get up, get out, get moving. Physical activity and sitting out in nature releases endorphins, and that is a natural depressant or a natural antidepressant that bipolar or that Prozac can't touch. Excuse me, I'm tongue-tied. But if you just get out, sit outside in the grass, lay outside in the grass, you will feel so much better. Okay, now this thing, or what I'm about to tell you, I kind of want to give a disclaimer. You only want to get a pet if you can give it the attention and the care that it needs. If you are so depressed you cannot love your animal and you cannot give it the care it needs, then don't get a pet. But for me, I find that having a pet, especially a dog, any kind of pet, but I relate to dogs a lot more. Having a pet, somebody you can talk to. I know it sounds crazy, but talking to your animal, they don't judge you, they love you, and you never feel alone. I mean, when you come in, they're so happy to see you. And I have had 2 dogs that have helped me with my depression. And right now, this little baby right here, his name is Rocket. And he is a 1-year-old dachshund. And he is full of energy, and he loves, and he's just the sweetest boy ever. And I have to tell you that since getting him, I have felt so much better, and it just brings happiness to my life, and it gives me a reason to want to better myself. So I have, you know, I have to take care of this boy. He's like my kid, and I have to get out of bed to take care of him because I love him so much. But like I said, if you can't take care of a pet, don't get a pet. It's a very big responsibility. But for those of you that can, I recommend getting a pet. Or getting a plant even, something basic, you know, something you have to get up and water and take care of. Just get something that requires your attention and requires your care, and that will make you feel a lot better as well. Ain't that right, Rocket? Yeah. And lastly, the most important thing that helps me is just talking to somebody. Whether it's your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa, your second cousin, a therapist, a stranger, even calling a hotline or a chat. Talk to somebody. Let somebody know you're having issues, you're having problems. Because once you vocalize it and you get it off your shoulders, you will feel so much better. And people will know what's going on with you. Talking to me it just feels good. Talking about it, getting it out there. You know, it might not get rid of it, but at least you have that person you can talk to, you can trust, and you're not keeping it bottled in, and you're not letting it fester and get worse. And always try to find somebody that is unbiased, or somebody that truly has your best interest in, you know, their hand. Somebody that wants what's best for you, and somebody that wants to see you happy, living a full, abundant life. Just talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. Do not let it get to the point to where you want to hurt yourself or end your life or hurt somebody else. Talk. Okay, so this was my first video on what I hope becomes a series. Message me, let me know what you want me to talk about. I will research anything. I will try anything. We can talk about anything. You can message me your questions. I will answer them. I will do research for you. Just, you know, talk to me. I'm here. I will try and do videos 2 to 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Since this is my first video, it's going to be coming out on an off day probably, or maybe late on Wednesday. And if I don't do it 3 times a week, it will be Monday and Friday. But just remember, I'm here for you. You can talk to me. You can message me. I will also post links down below in the description of different places that can help you and people you can talk to. So, this is a different direction for me. I feel that I want to be honest with people that watch my channel, and I want to help others. I feel that that is my calling in life, and I feel that is how I can help the most people, is just by being honest and by not creating content that panders and that's not genuine and that's not me. I want the people that watch me to be able to connect with me and relate with me. And so, yeah, we are completely starting over on this channel. We are, you know, I'm not deleting any of the old videos, but from here on out, this is going to be a completely different direction, and I'm really, really excited about it. Just remember that I love you. I'm here if you need me. Blow up my DMs, inbox me, message me, text. Well, you don't have my number. I'm not giving that out. Just get a hold of me or someone and talk about it. And I really do hope that this video has helped somebody, or has at least given somebody the thought that they can talk about it. Remember, it's not something to be ashamed about. A lot of people suffer from mental illness. You might have something different than bipolar disorder and depression, but remember, talk to somebody. There's people out there that love you. You are wanted, you are needed, you are loved. I love you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And don't forget to look for the new video Friday. Friday. And I love you. Don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel down below, leave a comment, thumbs it up, share it, whatever. I love you. Have a good day. Have a blessed day. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. You are the creator of your own destiny. As long as you put your mind to it, you can do it.